Alrighty, so I am here today with another Sopranos clip analysis, I guess. I did one about a year ago, talking about Finn and Meadow in their apartment sweating to death, and he's wearing flannels, and they're eating chili, and there's just so much nonsense, and it was just goofy. And this is another one of those scenes that it just seems a bit much. So, first off, this is the scene where the police, I don't want to say confiscate, but they find the pizza at the crime scene of it when AJ and his friends vandalized the school's pool. And then they go to the pizza place to talk to the, owners, the employees, both owners and employees, to try to see if they can get some information about that, who might have ordered that pizza, so they can, get an arrest or whatever. But anyways, there's just a lot that just seems, goofy. So, let's get into it. So for starters, right there, you have two cops that just pull up on this place right at an intersection. I mean, clearly, you can see there's a light right there. It's an intersection. This cop is in the crosswalk as well, which, at the end of the day, isn't that illegal? Like, aren't you supposed to have crosswalks clear? And here's this cop fully blocking half of the crosswalk with his car. You get the other one that's parked in the corner, so like when people come up to the light, he's in the way. These don't look like very wide roads. It looks like it's basically one car goes one way, another goes the other way. So it's almost like these cops are just interfering with potential traffic now by sitting in the way like this. The other thing is, neither of them had their lights on. Cops always have some kind of lights on when they're actually doing something, even if it's just like, flashers just to show, hey, we're here. These two have nothing. Completely off. They just pull up, park, and run on into the building. Now, I don't know exactly where this is. It says North Caldwell Police or whatever on their cars. I'm assuming this has to be Jersey because it was AJ that got the pizza, so it's got to be Jersey. So, I don't know how busy Jersey streets are. I don't know how busy North Caldwell is, but still. The second thing that seemed a bit goofy is, why do they have two cops show up? I mean, at the end of the day, this guy clearly right here is getting out of the passenger seat, which means there's already two cops right there in that car just by themselves, the driver and the passenger. Why do they have to have two cars show up just for a quick little questioning about a pizza? That seems a bit excessive. So it's dangerous and excessive and kind of out of protocol. Anyways, continuing. Come on, big boy. Bink. Alright, not really to get in the way of things, but that's kind of goofy too. Why did only one of the cops get out? Like, that one that's sitting in the car is just going to stay sitting in the car, the one that's driving, and he just lets his partner get out? And then this other guy's like, hey, I should be here too from the other car. And then did the other guy have a partner? I don't think he did, though. Because in the shot when he pulled up, it looked like it was just him in the driver's seat. So you got this guy by himself, but then this guy, I don't know. It's goofy. Anyway.
You make this pizza?
Now he goes into a shop where obviously there's a logo on the pizza box. There's, the company, the business name on the outside of the business and all that. And he goes in, opens the pizza box, and throws it down and asks this guy, hey, you make this pizza? Like, I don't know, it just seems like, wouldn't it be better to show up with the box closed? Hey, is this your box? Would make more sense to me than opening a pizza. Hey, did you make this pizza? At the end of the day, pizza's pizza. I mean, it's going to look the same for the most part. I mean, I guess maybe an individual pizzeria could recognize their own style. I'm sure they have a certain flair that they do, certain way that they do the cheese or something. But for the most part, pizza's pizza. I mean, you're going to go into a place and have it open and say, hey, did you make this pizza? Does this look like a style you make? It just seems, I don't know. Then again, who knows? Maybe pizza places really can recognize their own pizza and would know right offhand. Because for me, I do engineering, and I do have a certain way that I make my prints. And I used to work at a company that was massive and global, and like the other sites that like China and what was it, Berlin or something? No, that's Germany. I don't know, the Netherlands. They used to adopt my print and then just kind of change the writing from English to their language. And then sometimes we'd get a print back for whatever reason. I'd have to do like a small change to it for them or something. And I'd be looking at it, I'd be like, this is my print. They stole my exact print and just changed the words. So, obviously I can recognize my style of print. So maybe, yeah, a pizza place maybe could recognize its pizza. I don't know. But it still just seems like a weird tactic for a cop. Like, you're going to find a pizza box and then go to the pizzeria and just ask them, hey, did you make this pizza? I mean, you're kind of really shooting in the dark if you think you're going to find your suspect based on a pizza. Like, obviously they make a lot of pizzas throughout the day. You think they're going to just be paying attention to every single one? Oh, yeah, that was this guy you ordered at this time. I don't know. Then again, it did end up being AJ, so there's that maybe they'd remember, hey, that's that mob guy's son. If they're even aware of AJ, would they be aware of AJ? I don't know. Obviously, they'd be aware of him. It's like John Gotti. I know John Gotti. I don't know any of his kids, though. So, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, you'd think they'd take the box and maybe try to, like, dust it for prints. You know, something more official, something more scientific than just showing up at a pizza place like, hey, did you make this? Anyways, continuing on.
Who make this pizza? We're asking you. Is your store logo, sir?
Yeah, there it is. Is this your store logo, sir? Now you guys are thinking. Now you think, oh, hey, maybe they should see the logo. The goofy part is he asks, is this your store logo? But the box is open. Like, you can't even see it. You gotta close it to see it.
That's in my box. This pie was found at a crime scene. My pizza never hurt nobody. Come again, sir? You don't find any...
That pizza never hurt nobody phrase is kind of goofy, because on the surface, you might think that he's just saying, like, you know, my pizza never hurt anybody because you're finding it at a crime scene. Like, it didn't do anything. It's just a pizza. But in their regard, you know, you could be thinking that, I mean, from their perspective, it could be said that they're a little bit paranoid about potentially, like, rats or something, bacteria, you know, poor ingredients making people sick. So it's almost like a double, is the word entendre I'm looking for? I don't know, like a casual viewer would just see it as the cops, you know, this guy said, hey, my pizza didn't hurt anybody, it's just a pizza. But in his head, he could be thinking that, like, what? We have fresh ingredients. We clean the floors regularly. Like, what are you talking about? How is this part of a crime scene? What happened? Somebody died?
Bacteria in here. Some kids broke into Verdun Day High School. Broke things. They left us there. Now, you tell me their names. I go put my foot up for their ass. I got it.
See, no, that's kind of a bit goofy, too. Like, why is this guy getting so aggressive about that? Oh, we found this pizza at a crime scene. Some kids vandalized the school, or whatever the heck the cop just said. And this guy starts getting aggressive. All goes, oh, you tell me the names. I put my foot up. I bought. Like, what do you care? If I was working at a pizza place, owned a pizza place, and some cops came and asked me about that, I wouldn't care. It doesn't affect me. They're just a customer. They happen to buy a pizza, and then they made some dumb decisions after. It doesn't affect me at all. I don't care. What are you getting so bent out of shape for that you want to go fight them because they ordered a pizza from you that ended up at a crime scene? If anything, that could be, like, good news for you. Maybe those cops never heard of your pizza place or never went into your pizza place before for whatever reason. They always just thought, it seems gross. But now they saw the pizza, and now they see the inside of your establishment, and now maybe you just gained 2 customers. Like, it kind of worked out for you. Just, I don't know, it just seems goofy. You're getting so hostile. Oh, I'll go take care of them. Like, you don't need to worry about it. That's what the cops are there for. They're trying to get information so that they can take care of it and track down whoever this is and arrest them or whatever. It just seems a bit extremely excessive for no reason. Literally no reason. Anyhow, his kid comes over. I think it's his kid. Comes over to... Yeah, because he says dad. So anyways, he comes over to help defuse this unnecessarily aggressive situation.
It's a custom job.
How's that, sir?
Double meatball, pepperoni, sausage, peppers, onions, extra mozzarella.
This pie fit a pattern?
Come again?
Now, I mean, I guess you would know. I was going to say, how can you tell right off 2 seconds looking at it that's a custom job? But, I mean, I guess if you have your whole set menu, you'd notice that none of that's normal. But at the same time, think about this. When did this pizza get discovered? Let's say this happened on Saturday. that AJ and his friends went to the school. And now this didn't get discovered until Monday morning. That means that pizza's been sitting there for 2 days. So it's dry, it's hard, it's kind of shriveled. The cheese is like solid. It's creating like a shield on the pizza. There's nothing fresh about it anymore. At all. And this guy's over here being able to easily depict all of the ingredients on all the toppings. He pokes it and, oh, yeah, yep, that's extra cheese, extra mozzarella. It's like, would you really be able to tell, though? Like, your pizza would be half dead. It would look disgusting. You could maybe pick out a few of the things, but would you really know extra mozzarella and all that? I don't know. Seems a bit convenient that you just perfectly knew everything by looking at it for a split second. Literally, because you haven't even been standing the whole time. It's been your dad, and you just came over. You look at it for 2 seconds, and you know everything on it. Oh, yeah, it's customized. It's got this, and yeah, extra cheese. I can tell just by touching it. I can tell by touching this dry, old, crusty, dead pizza that it's got extra cheese on it.
Any customers order this combo on a regular basis?
Only one I know.
Who's that?
I'd rather not say.
Okay, now they say, do you know any customers that order this on a regular basis? And this guy says, only one I know. First off, regular basis? You're telling me AJ is buying this pizza all the time? It's probably like maybe once a month, if not less. Because, you know, him and his family, either A, we always see him eating at home because Carmela cooks, or B, they go out to like fancy restaurants, you know, the Vesuvio, or that's about all. But still, they're not really just going to random pizza joints. So I wouldn't say that AJ's getting that on the regular. Like I said, maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months or something. And now this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about, would this guy even understand who AJ is? Like, you know, be nervous about, you know, Tony being his dad, so it sticks out and said, oh, that's Tony Soprano's kid. Would he even know? I mean, I guess if he's like, it's Anthony Soprano or whatever, he'd be like, oh, God, what? But otherwise, you know, yeah, because that's why he doesn't want to tell. But again, it doesn't even make sense. He's like, oh, I'd rather not tell. Why do you not want to tell? Because AJ did something stupid. You're afraid of Tony, but the problem is you're not doing anything. You know what I mean? You're not starting trouble with him. The cops came to you, asked about a pizza, and then you're just like, oh yeah, it was AJ Soprano. He ordered this pizza. You're not implicating yourself in anything. Geez, you're not even doing anything to Tony. Maybe you could be scared if you're doing something to Tony, but to AJ? Who cares? It's just a stupid kid. Like... And, you might know that it's AJ, but the cops don't know at all. That's what they're here for, to try to figure out, whose pizza this was and who were part of those hooligans vandalizing the school. And possibly, maybe the cops would be scared or paid off by Tony so that when you told them that it's AJ Soprano, then nothing happens just because. Like I said, it could be paid off. Like, Tony tried to do that time when he got pulled over by that cop, and then he ends up getting him fired, and he's working at the Lowe's type place. So yeah, in that case, you wouldn't have anything to worry about because the cops aren't going to report it if they're paid off. They're just going to, oh, okay, that's fine, never mind. Maybe we'll just try to find out who his friends are and go after them only. Maybe not, because then they'll still implicate AJ, and obviously that doesn't happen. They do end up showing up and talking to AJ, but I'm just saying, like, there's a lot going on that this guy doesn't have to worry about, but he's worrying. Anyways, here we go with the dad getting all hostile again, so let's get it.
Tell me right now, I find it these bastards.
Pop, go in the back. Make meatballs. Go ahead.
Sir.
It's so stupid. Why is he getting so aggressive? You tell me right now, who are these bastards? Like, bro, what do you care so much for? They didn't vandalize your restaurant. They didn't vandalize your car or your home. It's some random school, some people that you don't know. They happen to be your customer. They were in here for a matter of minutes, possibly, like if they called in the order. They were in there for a matter of minutes to pick it up and pay for it. And you're getting all bent out of shape. It's so stupid.
Officer?
Word to the wise.
What's that?
Technically, you're an accessory after the fact.
Now, the cop says that, and I'm not sure. I feel like it could go either way. On one hand, he could be right. He could be an accessory after the fact, because he does know who ordered that pizza, which means he does know who was part of the vandalization at the school. So in a way, that would make him implicate, kind of like a RICO type thing, right? How he could kind of be connected with that. But at the same time, I'm like, would he really be an accessory after the fact? One, obviously he had no idea that AJ and his friends had plans on picking up a pizza and then vandalizing their school. Two, even AJ and his friends, I don't think, had that plan. They didn't vandalize the school until after. They were just hanging out in the pool area, and then they decided to get stupid and start throwing stuff in the pool and all that. But it took a while before it even got to that part. It's not like that was their whole mission to go there and just vandalize the school. So I'm like, I don't know. If things really did come down on him and the cops were trying to push that he was an accessory after the fact, I think if he got a decent enough lawyer, he could easily argue that, no, he's not an accessory, because just because he knew who ordered that pizza, he had absolutely nothing to do with the vandalism and the crime that happened. That was the kid and his friends. It has nothing to do with the pizza place, nothing to do with him or the guy's overly aggressive dad. So, yeah, every time I hear that line, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a cop, I'm not a lawyer, so maybe he could be implicated as an accessory after the fact. But I don't know, because it's kind of like the situation with Tony. Tony never wants to tell Carmela anything, because then, if she doesn't know anything, if he gets busted, she can't be implicated because she don't know. But I feel like that's a different situation. She obviously knows what he does for his money and for a job, if you will. And she's married to him, so I feel like in that situation, yeah, if he did tell her everything, oh, we went out and killed this person, and then she never reported it, then yeah, you kind of are an accessory. You know what he's doing daily, and you're not reporting it. But this guy, he's just working at a pizza place. Like, he if anything, he's just a little nervous and doesn't want to say who it is because he knows that it could potentially cause problems for him. But it's not going to. The cops aren't going to be like, oh yeah, we went to the pizza place and talked to the guy in the red shirt, and he told us that it was a pizza that your son AJ ordered. He specifically was pointing you out. Like, no. And he only said something because the cops were there. It's not like he went to the cops, hey, AJ was here and ordered this pizza just in case you find it at a crime scene. You know what I mean? Like, the cops went to him. So, even though he's nervous, I guess he is validated and feeling that way. It is a bit much. But, yeah, I think that's the end of the clip. Yeah, that's the end of the clip. It just zooms in a little bit more. So, yeah, this was just a scene that, it's so short. I mean, God, the thing is a minute long, but there's just so much that's just ridiculous. It's goofy. And it makes me wonder when I see these, like, is this on purpose? Is it intentionally trying to be goofy, or is it accidentally? Like, is it just they're trying to fabricate a scene quickly, you know, just a throwaway scene to show that the cops were doing an investigation on a pizza that they found, trying to find out who was vandalizing the school, but it just ends up being goofy in the process. I don't know. Because then there's other scenes that are, I would think are obviously goofy, but who knows? It's like Sopranos is supposed to be a drama, you know, mob story, but it's accidentally like a raging comedy. Part-time raging comedy, full-time mob drama. Anyways, that's all I got for this one, so thanks for checking this out with me, and until whatever comes next, I said see ya.